Hey everyone, Brian here. I hope you're all doing well, and I'm really excited to announce the launch of my new podcast, the Mental Musician Podcast. And for me, this podcast was born out of a little bit of frustration, or quite a lot of frustration, at the lack of mental health support for musicians and artists around the world. For me, I struggled to find a channel that really was honest about the mental health struggles that musicians have struggled with for centuries. I'll be sharing my struggles with depression, anxiety, suicidal ideation that I've had over the last 10 years as a professional guitar teacher. And I'll also be having conversations with fellow artists. Some of them are my close friends. They've had their own struggles with depression, anxiety, burnout, suicide. Some of them have attempted, and thankfully they've survived. This is not going to be an expert advice podcast. It's going to be honest. We're going to get as deep as we can into these experiences and what we feel like needs to be done to improve support for artists when it comes to mental health and well-being. And overall, I hope that this gives musicians and artists, creators, and anyone out there who's struggling with mental health the chance to maybe tell their own story. Firstly, so they don't feel alone, they realize that there are people out there who have lived similar lives to them and they're struggling. So by hearing our stories, my story, my friends' stories, hopefully it gives you a bit of inspiration on how you can articulate and tell your story to your fellow friends and fellow musicians. I'd love if 1 million people listen to this podcast, and my goal is to work and build towards a world where musicians all around the world can pursue their dreams without having to sacrifice their mental health. So here's a sneak preview I'll provide for you right now. The first episode, my conversation with Mike Wright, a jazz bass guru from the UK, good friend of mine and a wonderful teacher. And please share it around with anyone you know who's struggling, whether they are a musician or not. Please. I'm really hoping this will do some good for musicians and the music industry.
When you lose yourself that much, you pay the price. You pay a very, very heavy price, and it's so difficult for people in that bubble to get out of it, because once you're in that bubble of trying to compete and trying to be better than everyone else, the mere prospect of saying just chill out, put yourself first, it doesn't feature into people's mindsets, because no, I can't put myself first because I've got to be obsessed, I've got to do this, I've got to put the work in now, I've got to sacrifice now because later on I'll get the payoff. Well, I'm sorry to say that the payoff won't come. Maybe it will. Fantastic. But at some point, all of these things are going to catch up with you.